Introducing Dutch Masterpieces. Dutch Masters gift cigar tins inspired by 19th century collector's items. Now you can have the fun of giving them too. This one holds 25 great-tasting presidents. And this one, 25 mild Dutch Masters Panatellas. Get them now where gift wrap boxes of 50 Dutch Masters are featured. See why there really are masters at Dutch Masters?
The Fight of the Week, the new boxing feature starting January 6th on the new-look CBS Sports Spectacular. First-round knockouts, live 15-round championships, highlights of the best fights around. Whether it's L.A. or London, Miami or Hong Kong, we'll be there with the Fight of the Week. All coming your way on the new-look CBS Sports Spectacular. Be there. It'll knock you out. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
Okay, the Greek says a shake-up with the New York Giants. How extensive? What's the situation?
It's not really a shake-up. It's just a complete change. I think Robustelli's going to another position, and the Mayors are going to get together here and hire a strong GM who will hire a coach that will surprise everybody. But we'll hold that for Christmas.
In other words, maybe the Mayors haven't decided yet either, right, Greek?
It's possible that they haven't.
Well, what about George Allen? His name always surfaces.
You know, if I were Irsay, rather, and I owned Baltimore, the image has been damaged, you know. Either discipline is needed, the fans have to be remotivated, the ticket sales are down, and the rivalry with the Redskins is there. I would hire George Allen.
Folks, I think the Greek is telling us that Baltimore might hire George Allen. We have run out of time. For Jane and Irv and the Greek, I'm Brent Musburger, and we hope you've enjoyed the NFL Today on CBS.
Stay tuned as the NFL Today continues after this word from your local station.
Sunday, it's the third annual Circus of the Stars. Join 33 of your favorite celebrities as they risk life and limb and death-defying feats. Sunday at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
This is CBS.
Bridgestone helps the world go round. With tires for work and tires for fun, tires for the snow and tires for the sun. Bridgestone, with a world of experience, Bridgestone makes them all. With tires for play and tires for planes, tires for the farm and tires for rain. Bridgestone, with a world of experience, Bridgestone makes them all.
Commercial Tire, 2 locations for better service, 12th and State and 2082 South Cole Road in Boise.
You could easily get burned because your homeowner's insurance probably hasn't kept pace with what your house is worth today and wouldn't come close to rebuilding it at present costs. Why take a chance? Instead, call the Home Watcher, your fast, fair, friendly farmer's agent who'll help you see your home is insured for the increasing cost of replacing it.
We're your farmer's agents, and we have a growing concern for you.
In Fayette, see Jim Baxter. In Boise, see Phil Price.
KBCI TV2 Boise.
Channel 2, celebrating 25 years in Boise.
The Philadelphia Eagles, coached by Dick Vermeil, their record 8-6, host the Dallas Cowboys, the Super Bowl defending champions, with their record of 10-4.
The NFL on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by Ford and your Ford dealer, who invite you to see and test drive the all-new LTD and Mustang. The Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. And by Kmart Automotive Centers, where quality auto products are Kmart priced.
It is cold at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia for the match between the Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Good afternoon. I'm Pat Summerall. This is Tom Brookshire. Home game for you, Thomas.
Yes, a home game. I used to be an Eagle, but today we're going to look right down the middle at this thing.
I was absolutely sure of that. It is cold. Field is very hard.
Yeah, it feels like 6 degrees with a chill factor and all. The thing that we have to keep in mind is that Roger Staubach had his lowest passing day of the year in the first game against the Eagles. He had like 108 yards. And Billy Joe Dupree, whom I think is the best all-around tight end in football, was shut out, and so was Hill. And I don't know if the Eagles can really do that 2 games in a row, and that would be a big thing with me.
The Cowboys had beaten the Eagles 8 straight times. The score in that first game was 14-7. Dallas won it. That was the day after Tony Dorsett overslept and didn't show up at practice, so he didn't play much in that first game against Philadelphia.
And he will be starting. And, of course, the thing that they've got to offset is that Harold Carmichael is a hot receiver right now. Jaworski's very calm, and they have a good game plan, but I think they'll throw it a lot.
Well, let's get down and see if they're going to throw it a lot.
All right.
Dallas has won the toss and will receive the kickoff. Deep for Dallas will be Alois Blackwell, number 24, and number 86 is Butch Johnson. The Eagle kicker is number 2, Mike Michel.
We will watch him closely. The biggest problem the Eagles have is finding a punter that will strike the ball or really a good field goal kicker right now.
The first time he punted, he missed the ball.
He missed it.
A packed house at the Vet in Philadelphia. The most important game they've had here in a long, long time. From a yard deep, Butch Johnson comes out of the end zone and out to the 20. John Shara made the tackle.
Right away, we're going to look at the matchup. Here's the offensive line. Donovan, Scott, Fitzgerald, Rafferty. By the way, a very improved offensive line. And Rayfield Wright will be going against Dennis Harrison, who's called Bigfoot at 280 pounds.
The Dallas receivers, Drew Pearson on one side, Tony Hill on the other, and the tight end is the man that Tom Brookshire was talking about a minute ago, Billy Joe Dupree. Roger Staubach starting at quarterback. Tony Dorsett and Scott Laidlaw behind him. We'll look at the defense in just a second. 1st and 10, Dallas. Laidlaw will get the first try. Breaks a couple of tackles, gets about 5 before Bill Berge, the middle linebacker, comes out to knock him out of bounds.
Everybody in the Dallas area will remember that it was Newhouse that made a couple of big plays that beat the Eagles in game 1, and of course Newhouse is still out with the fracture. Harrison at 280, Charlie Johnson 265, and Carl Hairston, the right defensive end, a pretty good down 3.
The linebackers, Wilkes, Berge, Lamaster, and Drew Mahalik.
Wilkes and Mahalik are both questionable sometimes.
And that's the Eagle secondary. 3 free agents, you said?
And Logan, who's a pretty solid guy at the tight end.
Laidlaw got 6 on that first down carry, make it 2nd and 4. This time it's Tony Hill in motion. Dorsett gets this try. First down, Dallas out to about the 34. Mahalik on the tackle.
But late, Mahalik, the outside linebacker, has got to come up, play the block, and try to make Dorsett go inside earlier than he would like to. Otherwise, you let 33 get to the sidelines, and it's all over. Mahalik might be the key on this defensive team, 54.
We'll watch him. Dorsett, Dallas, first down. Line of scrimmage now out at the 33. 3-man front for the Philadelphia Eagles. Time for the playoffs. Dallas, of course, is the NFC Eastern Division champion already. Inside handoff to Laidlaw, who puts his head down and gets 3 or 4 before Frank Lamaster led the Eagle defense.
Laidlaw's picked up the slack when Newhouse received the injury against New Orleans, huh?
Laidlaw averaging better than 5 yards a carry.
What did he do against the Redskins that Thanksgiving Day at 100 and something, didn't he?
In the first half.
Would you say the Dallas team is pretty deep with good people?
Oh. They'll probably have Newhouse back next week. But Laidlaw, no question about it, has played very well. Dorsett very deep. To the outside behind the block of Burton Wallace, and is near another Dallas first down. Carl Hairston came out to stop him, hit him first.
What a tackle, though, and this is one of the unique things about the Eagle defense, that Carl Hairston, the right defensive end, has been tied with Bill Berge for a number of tackles. Now watch 76 string it out and get somehow into it. The outside linebacker should be making that contact first for the defensive end.
Like Laidlaw started in the wrong direction and couldn't get back in front of Dorsett. It'll be 3rd down, Dallas. They lead about 1.5 yards. We'll call it 2. 3,000 yards Roger Staubach has picked up passing this year. The passing record book for the Cowboys is just about entirely his. Back across the field, right in the hands of Dorsett, who dropped it. Bill Berge was nearby, and that might be why he dropped it.
I'm wondering if Dorsett looked out of the corner of his eye. Take a look now. Again, Rodgers going back to the weak side. Man in motion's gone. There's the pattern, but here's what he wants, a delay, hoping those linebackers have gone too deep. I think he might have been looking for 66. Not a bad idea.
No. he would let you know he was close by. John Shara, number 21, is deep for Philadelphia, and Danny White will punt for Dallas. He was kicking well in the warm-ups.
He's only had one blocked. I think St. Louis got that one for him early in the year.
Edie Lewis, the center. High hanging kick on a very windy day. Shara looks at it, takes it. Thomas Henderson was right down there looking at him in the face. A flag down, dropped by the officials on the far side of the field. Larry Brinson finally made the tackle on Shara.
Shara's a cute little player, one of the great quarterbacks at UCLA, went to Canada, and Vermeil said he just had to bring him in here because he knows how to play. That time he acted like he wasn't going to run it back. It did, but the clipping's going to offset it, huh?
The officiating staff, the referee is Gene Barth, the umpire Joe Connell, head linesman Jerry Bergman, the line judge Bob McLaughlin. Back judge is the ex-Texas quarterback Ben Tompkins. The side judge is the ex-Michigan State tailback Dean Look. And the field judge is Fritz Graff.
Personal foul, clipping number 57 on the run back. First down.
First down, Eagles.
By the way, the officials, we saw them coming in the stadium. They all went to the church of their choice before the games. They're under a lot of pressure, too.
Oh, yeah. It seems to have died out just a little bit, much of the criticism of the officials, which took place early in the year. Ron Jaworski, 1st and 10 Philadelphia, at their own 15. Harold Carmichael has kept his streak alive. Is this a fumble?
They're going to call it a fumble. Carmichael rolled over on the ground and the ball came out.
That's Cliff Harris that picked it up.
Whoa! What a play. The lone receiver left on that side, so Charlie Waters usually has solo coverage. A quick out. The 95th game in a row this man has caught a pass. My gosh, he rolled over on the ground. I can't believe they're going to call that a fumble.
Looked like he was trying to get up because nobody had hit him. And I guess that's the reason for the call, that the ball was still live. Watch it again.
Well, okay, if he's not touched down, but he rolled over the shoulders. In Greco-Roman wrestling, you're automatically pinned. I've never seen this kind of a call. Now, is he not down now? Not until he's touched down, huh? Ball must be figured alive. It's like a grenade.
That is correct. He did not go down as a result of contact, so the ball is still live. And Laidlaw will try the left side. Puts down to about the 3, where the Eagles converge on him, led by Dennis Harrison. Bigfoot.
That's the 95th game in a row that Carmichael has made the catch. I think I inadvertently said 94.
The Giants, field goal by Joe Danello, lead St. Louis 3-0 first quarter at the Meadowlands.
Danello's already broken your record. Now you don't care. You just hope he kicks him, huh?
Just nice to be second.
What's a tough place to give the ball to the Dallas Cowboys early in the game. Whew.
It'll be second and goal at the 3 for Dallas. About the 1 foot line, it looks like, and again it's Dennis Harrison who pulled him down.
Straight ahead, as we've said, they pull the left guard, hoping that they can get the tackle to take the move, and he did. The right defensive side went with the pulling guard. Cowboys had some problems early in the year getting these kind of touchdowns, but they look like they're hitting on all cylinders right now.
They have for the past few weeks. At the 1, they'll operate on 3rd down. Laidlaw. Touchdown, Dallas. Behind the blocking of Donovan and Scott.
Laidlaw's 3rd touchdown, and he hasn't played a lot of football, but he sure makes every minute count, doesn't he? The 18th rushing touchdown for the Cowboys, and they made the turnover happen. You see Scott pulling through the line. Pat and I have been talking about the improvement of 68, 64 in particular, and they really blew a hole right through that right side.
Raphael Septien, who missed the team bus coming to the stadium this morning and rode out with the riders.
That's dangerous.
Also expensive. 7-0.
Introducing a new American road car. The all-new Ford LTD for $79, with more front seat room, more rear seat room, more window area, and more handling ease than last year's LTD. Plus the power of a V8 engine standard. A road car to take you across town or across the country.
This land is your land. This land is my land.
To test drive the all-new LTD on your own roads, see your Ford dealer today.
The problem? United States Steel wanted any service rep in any district sales office to be able to check the status of a customer's order on the spot and in detail. This was a classic communications problem, so they called in the Bell system experts.
Their solution, a network of 400 high-speed Bell terminals in 29 locations. This gives service reps instant access to the facts they need. Another case that shows the system is the solution.
Rafael Septien will kick off for Dallas. That's the story of their 5-yard effort to get into the end zone. Calling it a drive would be a little bit misleading.
You know what's rather interesting, though? They are now suddenly +6 in turnovers, the last 6 winning games for the Cowboys. Early in the year, it seemed like they lost all the early bounces in the football game.
They had sort of a mid-season stall. Billy Camfield on one side and Louis Giamona on the other. It will be Giamona at the 15. To the 37-yard line where he's tripped up by Dennis Thurman. Cleveland 7, the Jets nothing. Both of those teams still in the playoff picture. Cleveland's hopes for playoff a little bit more faint than the Jets. His record is 8-6, the same as the Eagles.
Jamona used to be with the Jets. He's also Dick Vermeil's nephew. Stan Walters, one of the best tackles in football at offensive left tackle. Lucan in for Wade Key. Morris, Peoples, and Jerry Sizemore, still one of the best blockers in football.
Receivers, Carmichael, Smith. The rest of the Eagle offense when we have a chance. Here's Jaworski dropping. Intended for Charlie Smith and thrown a little bit low and a little bit hard.
The wind is sort of circulating down at the bottom of the field. Here are the receivers that be throwing to Carmichael at 6'8", Charlie Homeboy Smith, and Osborne, who is in for Krepfle, and they'll miss the tight end.
Jaworski, the 1,000-yard rusher, Wilbert Montgomery, one of the backs, and Hogan the other.
Montgomery, by the way, got his 1,051 in only 11 games. He's missed 3 games this year. That's quite a feat.
Closing in on the Eagle team record, which is held by Steve Van Buren, set a long time ago. 1st and 10 Philadelphia, their own 37, and again, second down, I beg your pardon. Randy White spins out of the block and gets the sack.
Dallas came with the safety blitz on the left side. On the right side of your screen is Randy White. The safety man is blitzing from the left side. Watch White beat Luca now. Fine, just throw him away and come down on Jaworski's back.
Mike Hickman was the other Dallas Cowboy. There's the Dallas defensive line. Too tall Jones.
Actually, Cole is in place of Jethro Pugh.
Harvey Martin and Randy White. Secondary. Veterans names to everybody. 3rd down. They need about 12. Picked off by Benny Barnes. And Barnes down the far sideline, cuts back, and Jaworski cuts him down. Benny Barnes on the cornerback interception. And Dallas again is deep in Eagle territory.
The deep sideline pattern. Again, the wind is swirling. And this is what Jaworski has done this year, is cut down the interceptions. This one is really hung up. Looked like the Dallas team was rolling that direction, and Barnes stepped in and really had better position than Charlie Smith.
So it'll be 1st down for the Cowboys with 9 minutes, 9 seconds left to play in the 1st quarter. At the Eagle 16, they'll start to move.
Wow, looks like the Dallas Cowboys want the home advantage during playoff time.
One victory by them, and they'll have it. Atlanta 7, Washington nothing, 1st quarter.
Haskell Standback scored a touchdown for Atlanta.
Staubach sets up the screen to Dorsett, and I mean it is set up. Touchdown, Tony D. Boy, that's well done.
That's very quickly done. Remember, he didn't come into the first Eagle-Dallas game until the 2nd period, and that's when he was having a problem making practice. Looks like he's recovered and he's answering the phone. Here's the screen. Dorsett now drifts to the left after being faked to watch Scott out in front. 68, Fitzgerald to the right, blocking the big center. That is a blowout. That's a super play.
You'll never see a screen pass that is run better than that one. Although we watched Detroit run one yesterday almost that good.
That's Dorsett's second touchdown receiving. The other one was a 91-yarder on opening night.
Raphael Septien makes it Dallas 14. The Eagles nothing. And again, we have just under 9 minutes left to play in the first quarter. And Dallas, on an interception and a fumble recovery, breaks on top.
This Christmas card was sent to you by the people at Miller High Life. Merry Christmas.
Jane Alexander stars in the dramatic true story of a woman dedicated to helping emotionally retarded children. Lovey, A Circle of Children, Part 2, Wednesday at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
Dallas strikes quickly. It's 14-0 as Septien lines one this time. 38. There's Larry Barnes, who finally found the handle. That's Dick Vermeil talking to his quarterback, Ron Jaworski.
What a person and what a coach. One of the best organized people I've ever met, Patrick.
CBS Sports Spectacular. Super Skates, the Swamp Buggy Championship. That all takes place next Saturday. And it also includes the world's strongest men.
And they're carrying a 400-pound ice box on their back. Again, it's what's in the ice box is the reason you carry it, right?
Strapped to their back it is.
The ice box.
CBS Sports Spectacular. The Cowboys have been spectacular so far. Carmichael starts in motion. The first running play to Wilbert Montgomery. And Ed Jones heads him down from behind. The most difficult team to run against. Dallas.
108-yard average, and they played some pretty tough people. And the thing about running against this team, everybody says you can't. And the reason is that you can't keep the blocks. You can't hold them. You can make pretty good contact, and they're so quick, they get rid of you, and they chase. They're constantly chasing.
You know, we were down on the field before the game, and that is about as hard as any field I've ever walked on.
And they said they hope it freezes because if it gets a little warmer, it'll get slippery.
It rained here all day and all night just about, and then it froze this morning. And it is like cement. Jaworski back to Montgomery. And again, no place to go is Thomas Henderson.
Little flag on the play, and again, the speed, the quickness, the reaction. Henderson actually pulled in front of Wayne Morris, who the center was trying to pull and get in front, and he beat the fellow that was supposed to be at the point of attack. That's the lineman.
The discussion, I believe, is principally with the Cowboys and a penalty coming up against Philadelphia.
The awful thing, if you're an Eagle fan thinking about it, is that the Dallas team starts slowly, usually.
That is sort of frightening.
Number 50 offense, illegal use of the hands, second down.
Wayne Morris, the offensive center, trying to block Henderson, used his hands and didn't. It's a pretty heavy coat for Landry. He usually doesn't show that much emotion.
You mean he doesn't even show he's cold?
That's right.
Second and 18 at the Eagles 17. Jaworski gives to Montgomery. And the quick trap breaks momentarily. And as Tom was saying just a minute ago, they start to converge in a hurry. Randy Hughes who would be a regular, I suppose, anywhere else in Dallas.
Academic All-American at Oklahoma, about everything. Now you run into the nickel defense. And if you think it's just 3 people down and a lot of secondary people behind that, it's not true. They give you different coverages even out of that nickel defense. Short passes, very quickly thrown on a 2-step drop. That's what number 7 must be thinking.
He also must be thinking that he needs 12 yards. And they show him the nickel. Back out of it. Flag is dropped. They might have taken too much time. And the Eagles, who had a tremendous demand for tickets for this contest, start to hear a few boos from the sellout crowd.
Everybody shows up in Philadelphia. That can be good or it can be bad.
Well, did you tell me a couple of years ago this is the only place they do Santa Claus?
Oh, boy. But it was a bad-looking Santa Claus, I have to admit. You know, a skinny Santa Claus that hasn't shaved, you know, really can get in trouble in this city, I'll tell you.
Black beard, too.
That's right.
3rd and 17. Handoff Montgomery, who breaks a couple of tackles.
He is so shy, Wilbert Montgomery. Of course, he's from Abilene Christian down in Texas, but he is so shy when he receives awards, he sends Harold Carmichael to talk to the people and bring home the trophy. But I've seldom seen a young man that the rest of the team idolizes. They think he is simply supernatural, and he's very close to that.
Sisko was a teammate of our spotter, Lance Barrow.
Lance blocked for him, right?
Michelle's kick is to Butch Johnson, and Butch swings around to the outside, breaks 1 tackle, 2, out of bounds finally. But the Cowboys will take over again in Eagle territory. Cleveland Franklin of Baylor took him out of bounds. 6.5 minutes left to play first quarter. Dallas 14, Philadelphia nothing. Dallas wants to be the home team in the playoffs.
This Christmas, you could give your husband a nice easy chair. Or you could buy him a Rockwell 10-inch Homecraft saw for $279.99 and get him a $50 router for only a penny more. Or you could get him a 3/8-inch variable speed reversing drill for $10 off. Same with our 1.5 horsepower circular saw. Just think of all the great things he could do then, instead of just sitting there. The Rockwell Christmas sale. For details, check your TV guide.
This is the Kmart 672, Kmart's best car battery. Like another leading premium battery, the 672 is calcium lead constructed. Like one other premium battery, it's truly maintenance-free, completely sealed so you never add water. But the 672 has one other feature you'll find only in Kmart automotive products. The 672, Kmart's best battery, is Kmart priced.
There's Bigfoot Harrison from Vanderbilt, a rookie, at 6'8", 280, and they had to trim him down to that. He's going to be a fine young player, and he's working against Rayfield Wright, who's seen just about all of them.
First down, Cowboys. Line of scrimmage, the Eagle 44, as Jackie Smith comes back, cuts inside. A play that Dallas has used very effectively, where the tight end or the receiver comes by and traps back into the middle.
Tight end goes inside. You can see Bigfoot almost gets him and can't believe that he came up empty-handed. By the way, Jackie Smith, at his advanced age, ran a 4.68 40 the other day.
And they didn't believe it when they timed him. So they did it again.
Maybe Jackie didn't believe it.
We're set and Laidlaw on 2nd and 5. Tony Hill, the man in motion. Staubach outside. Drew Pearson has it out of bounds. It'll be a Cowboy first down.
Bobby Howard, playing left corner, thought he had a short zone man helping him out. I saw him look to the safety man like, where'd everybody go? Hill's on the inside running the pattern, and the outside is wide open for a deep sideline. And again, you don't want to be too careful about sideline patterns against Drew, or he'll go straight up and run a 9 on you. That's a fly.
31-yard line, Cowboy first down. They don't look like they're coasting, do they?
They look like they want it pretty bad.
Right guard Tom Rafferty. Illegally in motion. First chance to cheer for the Philadelphia sellout crowd.
It's the first time an official has ever been cheered in the stadium.
A few Cowboy fans sitting up in a remote area. Obviously, we're having a few problems with Gene Barth's microphone. A windy, cold day in Philadelphia. Wind chill factor plus 6 degrees. It's brisk.
Pretty good throwing down for Roger, who looks to me like he's extremely sharp. He has been for about the last 5 weeks. 6 weeks.
Takes the pitch back from Roger. Gets a block from Laidlaw, but a fine play. It's got to be Mahalik.
It was Randy Logan, the safety man.
Randy Logan, right.
As soon as he got the block down by the tight end, Logan showed. We've said it too many times, but watch the left part of your screen. You'll see 41 show up very quickly. By doing that, he beats the problems of all the people that mind handling. He goes over to Laidlaw and makes an incredibly good tackle. He's from Michigan. That's the way they play.
They're all pretty well schooled in basics when they leave Bo Schembechler.
They better be.
Shotgun for the first time today for Roger Staubach. Drew Pearson, Preston Pearson both with him. Preston stays in the block. Staubach on the comebacker down the far side. It'll not be enough for a first down. It's Tony Hill. There was a report circulating around Philadelphia that something was wrong with Roger's arm. It doesn't seem to be true.
No, I don't think that is true at all. Here's Tony Hill's first catch against the Eagles this year. He was shut out in that first game. Again, we think he's more dangerous after the catch than he is almost before. LeMaster making the tackle. And Dallas is the best third down conversion team in football. They're about 51 or 52%. They're good at it.
They'll go at it from the shotgun again. Same offensive group, same offensive set. They need 6. Staubach juggled the snap, throws. Intended for Pearson. The Eagles had it well covered. Reggie Wilkes was the closest bird to him.
Good pressure put on by LeMaster. He blitzed from the linebacking spot. And I think he might have made Roger really rush that throw and hurry it.
It'll be Raphael Septien from about 48 yards out. I beg your pardon, 44 yards out.
Over 40, he loses a little effectiveness.
That won't get there. Just under the crossbar.
He loses a lot of effectiveness.
And the wind doesn't help. 14-0. The Cowboys over the Eagles in the first quarter at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia.
Ladies and gentlemen, we challenged hotshot Jimmy Powell to play the new Mattel Electronics basketball game. Jimmy doesn't know. Inside is a tiny thinking computer that plays like a whole team of pros.
All right. All right.
Jimmy's got the ball. The computer defends the bucket. He fakes left, dribbles right, shoots. Blocked. Now, clock's running. He breaks inside. Powell scores. New Mattel Electronics pocket basketball with the built-in computer.
Hey, who's in there?
I bought the family's first pinto because I liked its look.
It looked like a good buy.
But I took Mom's pinto to college.
So we bought another pinto.
And I took that to college.
So we bought 2 pinto wagons.
His and hers.
Now we're a 4-pinto family.
Join the Pinto family, over 2 million strong and growing. The 79 Pinto. Compare. It may be the best small car buy in America.
We're a 4-pinto family now, but it's just a matter of time.
All right.
On New Year's Day, CBS Sports presents the Cotton Bowl, with the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame taking on the Houston Cougars. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
Tony Dorsett now has gained 1,154 yards. And that's a new Cowboy record for a single season. The record was held by Calvin Hill. First down, Philadelphia. Dallas leads 14-0. Old and windy Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Here's Wilbert Montgomery, wrapped up by Randy White with help from Mike Hegman.
Good blocking by Sizemore and Woody Peoples, the right side of the offensive line that time. Good block by Sizemore on Ed Jones, who might have signaled the return of the Cowboys this year, you know it. The Miami game, it looked like the Cowboys were dead, and Too Tall Jones really turned them on that day.
Five-yard pickup, 4-yard pickup, make it 2nd and 6. Carry was by Montgomery. This is Hogan. The grasp of Hegman.
Okay, watch. The bottom of your screen is Stan Walters working against Harvey Martin. Lucan doing a pretty good job on Randy White, getting some help from Guy Morris. A lot of people think it's safer to run at Martin and White than run away from them because they are so quick and they will chase you down and catch you.
Looks like Randy might have hurt his leg just a bit a couple of plays ago. Still flexing it.
Makes him play tougher.
Third down. Going for their first down. See Flicker. Ed Jones chases Jaworski, and now Larry Cole does, but it'll be a Philadelphia first down as Ron Jaworski goes down into Dallas territory.
He's a good athlete. Watch Jaworski. It's the flea flicker on close yardage, third down situation. Carmichael's covered down the field by 2 people. And Jaworski's a darn good athlete. 195-pounder. His longest run was 14 yards. Did he beat that with that? Here's Bruni coming on the blitz. He dumps Morris. Actually, it's not a blitz. It's just a short yardage situation. Pretty good time for a flea flicker, but it didn't work.
Play that Dallas used very effectively last week against New England. Here's the handoff to Montgomery, who bounces off one tackle and finally goes down in the grasp of Ed Jones.
Wilbur does have balance, doesn't he? You're from behind the Dallas defense. Watch Montgomery now take the first shot as Cole is playing off his block and bounce outside. Now, he did that on an off track up in Minnesota last week for 115 yards rushing, and they said it was like a skating rink in Bloomington last week.
The injured Dallas Cowboy is Harvey Martin. Larry Bethea has already checked in. Harvey's had knee problems, of course, all year long, just about, and has not been as effective as in years past because of that.
And the Eagle tackle that he's across from is about as good as there is.
This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Philadelphia Eagles and the National Football League is prohibited.
Montgomery had a pretty fair day in the first Dallas game, except he coughed the ball up a couple of times. And on a day like today, you really have to protect it. By the time you get hit, you got to have both arms on the ball. There's Harvey's up, huh?
Harvey's standing now and starting to walk off. Stan Walters, by the way, is the Eagle tackle that was across from Harvey Martin.
Harvey's got 13 sacks. He's had that knee problem most of the year.
His place will be taken by the Cowboys' #1 draft choice of last year, Larry Bethea, Michigan State. They've been working him inside and outside, meaning at tackle and at end. Wilbert Montgomery's record so far today.
Now the tight end is really not a tight end. It's Harold Carmichael to the right side of the formation.
2nd and 7. And the Dallas 47. Jaworski looking at Carmichael and now looking down to center. Got Carmichael. He slips 2 tackles. Big Harold Carmichael down the sideline is tipped up from behind by Cliff Harris. But what an effort.
Especially after the first fumble that set up the Dallas touchdown. Carmichael, though, now has 51 catches. And keep in mind, the guy's 6'8", about 225 pounds, and can get you a 4.640. Don't think he can't run. He beats D.D. Lewis, who has the short zone, and the ball is perfectly thrown. Tell you, he's a strong horse.
Bob Brunig finally caught him and tripped him up from behind. Gives credit to Jaworski as well for finding him after he broke the pattern like that.
That's right, and for Brunig for staying with his pursuit.
And Jaworski now takes a timeout. We'll get you the word on Harvey Martin as soon as it becomes available to us.
Carmichael's averaging about 19 yards of reception and beat Minnesota's secondary deep several times last week. He's got amazing speed, and he's so darn tall to start with, Patrick.
Well, we have a second. We ought to congratulate Monty Clark on the job he did with that Detroit team yesterday.
But, you know, that hasn't surprised me. I figured wherever Monty Clark went, they left him alone and let him work. He would turn the franchise around very quickly.
Robert Newhouse. Looks like he's well dressed for the cold in that beautiful fur attire.
Sure looks funny out of uniform, though, doesn't he? And you know he's dying. Boy, he wants to play. In fact, they thought he might be back to play this week.
They're almost sure that he'll be back in time to play against the Jets next week.
You know what an important tackle that was that Brunig made, though? It is so tough to score against this team inside that 5-yard line.
Tonight on CBS, of course, you don't want to miss 60 Minutes. Then it'll be All in the Family, Alice, and the 3rd annual Circus of the Stars, featuring ringmasters Lauren Bacall, Sammy Davis Jr., Jerry Lewis, Anthony Newley, and Bernadette Peters. Good night tonight on CBS. Shara is the quarterback. Rolls out right and rolls to about the 1. Bob Brunig knocked him out of bounds.
This is the option quarterback that used to run the veer for Dick Vermeil at UCLA. Now, while he tries to prematurely celebrate after the inside fake, Lucan's out in front. You see Too Tall Jones chasing. Here he starts to celebrate early, or trying to perhaps fake the pass. Better put the ball away and get to the flag.
He almost got to the flag. He got it to about the 1-foot line where the Eagles have it now. 2nd and goal. Philadelphia trying to get back into this game. And that's Jaworski giving to Mike Hogan. And Hogan scoring for the Eagles.
There's a flag down in the end zone.
A flag was dropped way on the far side of the field. I believe, however, it's against Dallas.
Touchdown number 4 for Mike Hogan, a very fine blocking fullback. It's not easy down here. Watch this. Morris goes to the left of your screen. Henderson comes over the top and actually just missed the ball carrier.
Thomas Henderson just got him with his elbow.
Looked like Hogan turned sidewise to get through that hole, huh?
Mike Michel. John Shara holding. Michel. 7 for the Eagles, 14 for the Cowboys. And it's still the first quarter. 59 seconds left to play at Veterans Stadium, and Michel's extra point makes it Philadelphia 7, Dallas 14. But for a missed extra point last week against Minnesota, the Eagle record would be better than it is.
Only the 12th rushing touchdown this year against the Dallas Cowboys.
Gary Shirk. Touchdown pass for the Giants, who were supposed to start Randy Dean at quarterback.
A 73-yard drive in 7 plays, and of course, the largest being the pass to Harold Carmichael from Jaworski.
The Browns 14, the Jets nothing in the second quarter. And I imagine it's a little brisk in Cleveland as well.
It always is brisk in Cleveland.
It was 4 degrees in Chicago this morning, where the Packers and the Bears play later today. That is Butch Johnson. Slipping down at about the 16. Cleveland Franklin made sure he stayed. Tomorrow night on CBS.
White Shadow. That's a darn good show, by the way.
Coach Reeves is tapped to become a network sportscaster. And it says here that's the opportunity of a lifetime.
Also can age you very quickly.
You learn to live on the airlines. That'll be followed by MASH and One Day at a Time, and then Lou Grant. 1st and 10 Dallas as Jackie Smith moves over to the right. A double tight end set up for Dallas, and Tony Dorsett gets the carry. Behind the blocking of Herbert Scott, Charlie Johnson, the nose tackle for Philadelphia, made the stop.
Great play on defense by number 65. Buffalo 7, New England nothing.
Oh, how about that?
A little bit of a surprise. New England might be as physical a team as there is around, too.
Buffalo gave them a hard time the first time they played this year.
Here's Bigfoot. Dennis Harrison, the rookie from Vanderbilt, trying to clog it up. Scott pulls through the hole. A master fills in. And Charlie Johnson, the nose man, came over and really made the tackle. And roughly so.
3 yards, perhaps, no more than that. Ernie Hill goes in motion. Roger Staubach gives to Dorsett. And Dennis Harrison closes the gap in a hurry.
If you play the 34 defense, you've got to have defensive ends that at least stop the line of scrimmage. Watch this. 280 against Rayfield Wright.
That was the last play of the first quarter.
The big kid wins at that time.
14-7, Dallas.
Oh, no! My blind date's early.
Whew. He sure didn't spend any time getting dressed.
Linda, tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Maybe he'd look better in Hager slacks. Or a Hager sport coat and slacks. He could even afford a Hager vested suit. And that's a look I can't afford to pass up.
Hi.
Susan?
Close enough. For me,
Hager, because looking good makes you feel good.
Ready or not, here I come.
The secret to getting ahead in business is staying cool, because somebody's always trying to pass you up, especially if you're renting a car. You see, I can walk through airports. I have an Avis Wizard number. Cool.
Oh, Mr. Bell, that mid-sized car you reserved, we just rented the last one.
What?
So we're giving you a Buick LeSabre at the same rate.
What?
Well, that's the Avis policy.
What a wonderful thing to do.
Avis now features GM cars.
Avis, we don't know another way.
Remember this, a Rhine wine by any other name is not the same. Next time you wonder what white wine to drink, think of Gallo Rhine.
The conference in front of the Eagle bench. Dallas has the football. This is Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia.
The Eagles are looking for the pass, obviously, and they have what they call a pass rushing situation with 71 in there.
Team 3, Cleveland over the Jets. Preston Pearson in the game for Dallas as they operate from the shotgun. Take a blitz forward, handoff. The shovel pass went to Pearson, and Ken Clark took him down.
Cowboys might have been lucky they held on to that ball. Pearson did not get a good grip. The quick move out of the shotgun and the little shuttle pass inside. See Rafferty trying to get through the hole, and I'm telling you, he got hit very quickly by Carl Hairston, and then Clark mopped up.
That's a play that they used effectively a couple of years ago in the playoffs against the Rams. John Shara standing back deep for Philadelphia, and Danny White. It's hard to say which direction the wind is blowing. On top of the stadium, the flags go one way. On top of the goalpost, they go another way.
I think it's behind Danny White right now.
Kick should be returned by Shara. He takes it at the 33 and gets back up close to midfield to about the 48. Bruce Hutter.
Start with good fresh chicken, like we know we should.
11 herbs and spices, make it finger-licking good.
We don't freeze roll or chop it. It's chicken, nothing more.
That's a real good reason why smart folks come here more. It's so nice to feel
So good about a meal. So good about Kentucky Fried Chicken.
We'd like you to meet State Farm car insurance agent Mike Little, State Farm homeowners agent, State Farm life agent, and State Farm health agent Mike Little.
When it comes to family insurance, your State Farm agent is one agent who does the work of four. And that makes things a lot easier for you. Just one agent to tell your needs to. Just one agent to call when you need help.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
14:03 left to play in the first half. As the vet in Philadelphia, Ron Jaworski is number 7, the Eagle quarterback. He has Mike Hogan behind him as the lone setback with Wilbert Montgomery flanked over on the right, number 31. Dangerous man. Here's Hogan. Slips out of a couple of tackles, is finally taken down by Ed Jones.
Jones that time was off the line of scrimmage, and here's what I'm talking about, trying to hold the blocks. Watch the good contact Sizemore makes right in the left center of your screen. 76 will fire out at 260 pounds. And too tall with that extra yard, plus his great reaction, recovers and hits them on the line of scrimmage. That is tough to play against.
That's the flex at its best. Andy White gets off the ball a little bit. Now too tall moves back. Long count. Jaworski with Randy White around his feet. That's his second sack of the day.
It's his 13th of the year, and an incredible play because 54 just goes right over Lukin the guard. Jaworski can't believe it, but watch what happens to the left of your screen. I think this picture will tell the story. There's Lukin setting up. Now that is straight through him. Yeah, it gets you by the 8 AAA or whatever Jaworski wears.
Wilbert Montgomery is number 31.
There's the legal Chuck. Inside of 5 yards, you can do everything but tie their shoelaces together.
D.D. Lewis with a very effective job there. It'll be a third down for Jaworski and the Eagles. 18 is the necessary yardage for the first. They flood the zone to the right as Montgomery gets back near the original line of scrimmage before Charlie Waters takes him down.
Good play by Waters. He has Woody Peoples, the guard, out there with all the angle. And that time the running back really didn't set up the block very well. Good play by Waters.
Mike Michel. The average won't knock you out, will it? Just over 30 yards per kick.
Just hope he makes contact with it.
Good snap. That. Butch Johnson. Dennis Thurman gets it back for Dallas. Tough chance for Butch.
Took it on the dead run. This is like a wind tunnel anyway.
And Thurman makes the recovery for Dallas, where they'll take over. Here's the fumble.
Introducing a whole new breed of Mustang. The all-new 79 Mustang from Ford. With a new aerodynamic design, precise handling, and Mustang performance from options of V6, V8, even a turbocharged engine. Mustang for 79, the new breed in 2-door and 3-door models. Capture one at your Ford dealer now.
This Christmas card was sent to you by the people at Miller High Life. Merry Christmas.
Next Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular, see some of the greatest stars on ice in super skates. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.